It's one of the most beautiful, remote parts of southwest Colorado that's suddenly drawing big crowds.
We're ready to go rafting.
I think we're looking good.
In the last few weeks, thousands of people have been trekking to the Dolores River.
It was kind of hard to say no to something that most people will never get to do.
Devin Wilson is here with her dad Mike and a group of family and friends, about to set out on one of the rarest whitewater rafting trips anywhere.
You guys are some of the lucky people. In the past 20 years, only about 2,500 people have commercially rafted this.
Craig Parsons leads the trip. 5 rafts, 6 guides.
It's cold.
10 guests.
It is a once every few years thing. Last time I was down here, we talked to some guys who were like, we haven't been down here since the 80s, you know?
1, 2, 3.
The trip is so special because typically, thanks to nature and man, the Dolores River isn't much more than a trickle.
In most years, the Dolores does not look like this. It is running a lot higher this year. And to give you an idea of just how high, last year at this time, the water level was about here. This year, it's about double.
In the middle of a western water crisis, this winter, snowpack in Colorado spiked, in some places more than 600% above normal. Rivers statewide are running much higher. That means big business for rafting companies. But it's also focusing new attention on a river that hasn't been allowed to run naturally for decades.
The dam behind me here was built in the 1980s. Behind it sits the massive McPhee Reservoir. It is a reliable source of water for towns and farms across southwestern Colorado. But when the dam was built, it also changed the Dolores River forever.
Spanish explorers once called the Dolores the River of Sorrows. Rika Fulton says it's a name that fits.
It's really turning a river into a stream. The downstream environment is completely different. You see the vegetation change, the channel shape. The native fish populations really aren't doing as well because it altered their habitat.
Water that would normally boost the Dolores River is now captured in McPhee Reservoir, pumped to cities, Native American land, and through irrigation channels that help farmers transform the region's natural red landscape into endless fields of green. Normally, there's not enough water to go around, but with this year's snowmelt and a full reservoir, more is being released. For a time, the Dolores is its old self. For Devin Wilson and her group, it means getting a chance to ride one of the biggest and most dangerous rapids, called Snaggletooth. But on one of the boats, the ride gets a little too wild, and 2 rafters go overboard into the cold water. They are quickly rescued.
We lost a couple of our guys in the water for a little bit, but the guides did a great job pulling them back in, and nobody's hurt, everybody's happy.
Conservation groups say scenes like this will not last.
It's incredible. It hasn't been this high since at least 2019.
Bills working their way through Congress would set up a national conservation area to protect wildlife, Native American culture, stop mining, and help preserve the flow of a river unlike any other.
The river is really the lifeblood of this community, and it's just why I love living here. And I think if we squander and waste this resource, we'd be foolish that future generations couldn't experience it.
After 3 days on the river, Mike Wilson says he couldn't imagine a more spectacular, once-in-a-lifetime trip.
I've been lucky enough to travel a lot of places in the world, and this might be the most beautiful place I've ever been. Awesome natural beauty the whole time. Pretty special.
Clayton Sandell, Scripps News, Dolores, Colorado.